It's the Gear Tester here, and I just got done with an epic backpacking trip. I hiked 65 miles through the Bob Marshall Wilderness, which is located in western Montana. This was a really fun trip. We hiked up the West Fork of the Sun River. It rained the first 5 of the 6 days that we were hiking, but it was a lot of fun to get out in the wilderness. What I want to talk about in this video is the Hill People Gear Kit Bags, which you can see right here on my chest. And I want to give you my kind of response and experience with them. I really like them. I think they are an excellent piece of equipment. We had a lot of rain on this trip. We crossed over numerous rivers and streams, or the same rivers and streams, multiple times on this trip. And it was really nice in the evening to be able to have a roaring fire and dry out our bodies and our clothes and our gear as we hiked through the Bob Marshall Wilderness. So if one Hill People Gear Kit Bag is good, 2 is even better, and 3 is getting pretty close to being perfect. It's a Gear Tester here, and I just want to go over very quickly what is in these 3 Hill People Gear Kit Bags. I have 2 Recon Kit Bags. This one's mine, and this is a buddy's of mine, and then this is their Snubby Kit Bag. I've had this for the better part of 2.5 years, and I've really enjoyed it, and it's actually my first kit bag. But all these kit bags were taken on a 65-mile backpacking trip into the Bob Marshall Wilderness recently. And I took this one, and 2 of my buddies ran these other ones. Okay, so 3 individuals carried these kit bags, and I want to show you what's in them, the gun selection and some of the gear. Now there are some things that we took out of these because we've been back for a couple days and we needed that stuff like keys, wallets, that kind of stuff. But in essence, these are pretty much the way we ran them. I'm going to start here with the most minimalist, simplest one, and this is the Snubby Kit Bag. It's a smaller bag, and the individual who took this bag just had a Glock 9mm pistol in it, okay? And they just ran the Glock 26 Gen 4 in it. And then they ran an additional magazine in the stash pocket here. And that's all, as far as I know. Maybe they had a lighter once in a while in there. But that's the minimalist side of the spectrum, the smaller kit bag. And, you know, 9mm is not really powerful enough to do a lot in Montana, in the wilderness. But it does allow you to have a firearm, okay? So there's that. This is my kit bag, but my buddy ran it. Here is one on the heavier side of things. This is the Recon Kit Bag. Both these are the Recon Kit Bags. They are thin and they have this MOLLE webbing. We got them because we needed them quickly, and this is what was in stock. So you can see here in the stash pocket, or the gear pocket rather than the pocket that's designed for the firearm, we've got a map. Okay. Got some 5-hour energy. This is not mine, this is my other buddies. We've got a Lone Wolf folding pocket knife with the orange handle, which is great. We've got some paracord. We have a very simple little whistle, and the primary reason we actually had this with us was the ability to tell the temperature, okay? But it does have a compass, a whistle, a magnifying glass, and a thermometer. And then we have a package of one of the Cliff Shots. This has got 500 milligrams of caffeine, and there would have been more of those in here. And we have a clear lighter. Okay, so that's what's in the cargo pocket, or the gear pocket. You know, I have, as I've helped my friends purchase these and look at these, I have stayed away from the full kit bags because I think the likelihood, you know, they have a secondary internal pouch. They have the external, then they have an internal pouch, and then they have the weapon pocket. And it was my feeling that more often than not, people would just fill that with too much garbage. There would just be too much stuff. That's why you're carrying a backpack. But the backpack waist strap basically precludes the ability to carry a pistol on your belt comfortably when you're doing a 65-mile backpacking trip. So here we have a Glock 10mm, and my buddy who was running this gun was running 220 grain buffalo bore bullets in it, okay? And you know, the 10mm is probably not as powerful as it would really be nice to have, but we had a lot of miles we had to make. In my little bit of testing and kind of looking at 10mm versus 357 Magnum, they seem to be basically comparable to me. I don't believe, even with some of the best loadings, that the 10mm is making it anywhere near 44 Magnum. Okay, just from the foot-pounds of energy and that. But it does allow you to have 15 rounds of 10mm and back it up with another magazine. I don't think reloads are really going to be possible with a revolver. And that leads me to my Recon Kit Bag. You can see I'm running a carabiner just there to be able to hook things on like gloves or other things. I was running the stabilizing strap from Hill People Gear. This is like a $12 add-on, and I actually took it off my Snubby Kit Bag. You can see here in the stash pocket I have some ibuprofen. I have Mocha Cliff Energy shot that's got 50 milligrams of caffeine, one that's got double espresso 200 milligrams of caffeine. I was very careful. I don't like to use a lot of caffeine, but when I felt that I needed it and I felt like I need some pain pills, I did it a couple times. I've got a lighter here with some duct tape or Gorilla Tape on it. I've got another form of fire there. I've got a small Leatherman, an older Leatherman that they don't make anymore, and then I have two tough quick strips, which are holding 8 rounds of Buffalo Bore 180 grain hard cast lead bullets, and then I've got my Smith & Wesson 686P here. And this has a 7-round capacity in the cylinder, and I don't really, after the cylinder goes empty, I don't think I'm going to have a chance to reload it, whether that's in a combative situation against a 2-legged predator or a 4-legged predator. So you got to make those rounds count, but I did carry additional ammo. One thing that I want to talk about here is with the revolver, I didn't have anything covering the trigger guard, and I did have it fully loaded and ready to go. When you're running these semi-automatic handguns in these bags, I think it's really important, extremely important, to run a trigger guard if you're going to carry a round in the chamber. So the only two viable ways I think of carrying a semi-automatic pistol in these Hill People Gear kit bags is to have either a loaded magazine with no round in the chamber, so you have to pull it out and rack it, okay? So you would have to, and that's the way this Glock 26 was carried, is you would have to pull it out, rack it, and then you would have been able to use it, okay? When it comes to the 10mm, you can see this user has a Raven Concealment Systems trigger guard that works on both the 9mm, the 10mm that works across the line, and it did a great job. And he did carry a round in the chamber ready to go, so he could just draw it out and shoot. And I think that's the way to go if you're going to be running these kit bags. So I have run kit bags here for the better part of 2.5 years from Hill People Gear, and I really like them. I love the fact that these kit bags allow me to carry some gear on my chest that's easily accessible. Things like food, lighting fires, additional tools other than just my everyday carry, which I oftentimes have on me. Okay, better tools, all accessible just on my chest, ready to rock and roll. I don't have to drop my pack or go through things. And I also love the fact that they allow me to have a firearm, okay, easily accessible. And I will put some footage of us shooting these guns, maybe just the 357 Magnum and the 9 here, from the Hill People Gear chest rig and drawing them. Now you're going to need to practice that. That can be, I think that can be potentially dangerous if you're not, well, it is dangerous, okay? You're drawing and not muzzling yourself. You're going to muzzle yourself some, but being intentional about minimizing the amount of muzzling that you're doing to your body and those around you, as well as keeping your finger off the trigger, which is especially important with the semi-automatic handguns. Easy to just cap a round off right through your shoulder, your arm, your hand as you're drawing. And as you go to reholster, not shooting yourself in the chest. With the revolver, I think it's less of an issue just because you've got that long double action trigger pull, okay? But those are things to consider. I really like that the Hill People Gear kit bags allow you to have a weapon easily accessible when you're carrying a pack. And I don't know of any other system that allows you to do this as comfortably and allows concealment. I've been experimenting recently with a Safariland thigh rig or drop rig for pistols, and that's a great way to carry a pistol and have it easily accessible if you've got to get it below your belt line because of the straps of a backpack, but it's not concealed, and I really like that these were concealed. On this backpacking trip that I went on, I saw many people with firearms. I actually carried my .357 Magnum and a lever action rifle for the 65 miles. I saw nobody else out there with a rifle, and most people had pistols that were closer to, nobody seemed to be running .357 Magnums, 10 millimeters, 44 Magnums. They all seemed to be running 45s or 40s in a semi-automatic configuration, but they were all visible. Some people had them just kind of stuffed in the back, kind of water bottle packet of their backpack. Some people had them attached to their waist strap on their backpack, and what I don't like about that is if you take your backpack off, now what are you going to do with your pistol? So I really, really like the Hill People Gear kit bags. When you're in the wilderness and you need to go to the bathroom, I found that I didn't take that rifle with me, okay? Once in a while I did, but you have to set the rifle down. I'm able to go to the bathroom with the Hill People Gear kit bag on my chest still and be able to access my firearm in the very rare case that a bear, and that's primarily what I'm worried about in Montana, bumps into me while I'm going to the bathroom. I mean, think about it. I'm being quiet. I'm trying to not make I'm not going to be making a lot of movement, and that bear may be making its way around my campsite trying to figure out how it's going to get my food and may just bump into me. And if my pants are down around my legs and my holster's down there, or I'm trying to hold my pistol, it just doesn't work. But the Hill People Gear kit bag does a great job of allowing me, I mean, maybe it sounds funny, but allowing me to stay armed and ready to respond to a dangerous conflict with a predator in the woods when I'm going to the bathroom. So allowing you to hike easily in a concealed manner and access that firearm with a large backpack and a lot of weight on, and then also allowing you when you're just doing basic things around the camp. I find that I kept it on, and when I slept a couple nights I kept it on ready to go, and also when you're going to the bathroom. So those are kind of the reasons I really like the Hill People Gear kit bags.